What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Dying Light. This is going to be a little bit of a weird episode because I feel like we've pretty much tapped out the corners of the map. We've gone like in every direction until it stopped us. But right now what we need to do is we need to find Dawood because Dawood wanted a gun from us so that he could, I don't know, point it at people and be like, give me what I want. I'm not sure why he wants a firearm. I didn't really question him about it. I was just like, let me go get you a gun because I was in that sort of like Lord of War mindset. He said he would give us a key to his pawn shop if we turned in this quest, and since we finally found guns, I figure we'll give one over to him. I don't know if we get to pick which one he gets, but I think he was upstairs up here somewhere. So let's go have a look-see real fast. I think he's over here maybe? Yeah, here's Dawood. Hey, buddy. Which pistol will it give him, though? I'm going to drop the one we just picked up. Let's see here. In my inventory, I'm going to drop this one right here. Just so it's not in our inventory. We're going to give him the German 9mm. We're going to try and keep the epic one to ourselves.
You got it? Great. Here's the key I promised you. It's to my old pawn shop, you know? Used to be the best in town. Hey, speaking of the pawn shop, would you do me another favor? I need you to bring me something from the shop. You're going there anyway, right?
What is it?
It's a... Don't laugh, okay? It's a Ray McCall action figure. I know it sounds silly, but it means a lot to my son.
Who's Ray McCall? Is he like a big deal? I don't know. It's a name I don't recognize. I'm sure somebody will, if it's a real life thing, I'm sure someone will correct me down in the comments, and that's totally fine. I just want to be enlightened. I need elucidation. So let's go back over here. We gotta drop on out. I gotta re-equip that pistol too, right? Oh no, it put it straight up into that slot. Now we only have like, I think, well, maybe 13 bullets for this thing. The guns seem like I should probably save them for human beings, and since we tried them on zombies already and I was a little bit disappointed with the performance, I'm guessing that as with many things in this game, certain things are for zombies, certain things are for humans, and I'm thinking the guns are definitely for humans. If you're up against, I mean, I don't know, maybe you can kill the night crawlers with them or something like that? We haven't really found an efficient way to kill night crawlers either. That's the other part, is I fiddled around with it a little bit in my free time. I do play in between episodes, just like messing around with the game and getting ready for the final release. And the nightcrawlers don't seem to go down for me either. They just kind of like hang out. Now then, we need to find, where's his pawn shop at actually? We got to go over here and Dawood's pawn shop. I can show it on a map. Okay. It looks like he's way off on the edge of town down by the docks, but that's familiar territory for me, so I'm not really that concerned. I don't want to show myself to Rice. I want to show myself to Dawood's pawn shop and take my cut of his stuff. We found a gun in this wasteland. You know how hard that was? Like, people have been asking, so there have been a number of questions that I feel like I should probably answer at this point in the playthrough. People have been like, so where do you get a gun from? And they've been like, so do you get them from the police vans, or where do you get guns from? It's totally random. In general, the place that I've had the best luck is there's a FEMA camp way out by where Rice is. We were there in the last episode. There's a FEMA looking camp out there, and out by that way I've had the best luck finding guns when I've been trying to find them. So other than that, they're sort of hit or miss. Sometimes you get guns from like the back of cars. Most of the time I've gotten all of mine from vans. So if you're really trying to increase your chances of getting a gun, open the back of vans. I haven't found any guns in police vans, by the way. People have suggested that you get them from police vans, but that has not been the case for me. I've only found them in the back of just like random cars around, whereas like the emergency vehicles, like the ambulances, will always have like med kits and things in the back of them. I haven't had that kind of luck. So can I pan this around at all? Place my waypoint. Let's go to Dawood's house. Yeah, I was gonna say, the waypoint for Rice is not the one that I'm looking for. I'm not in the mood for Rice right now, although I did get to spend, it's been nice. I made it back to my hometown, and I've had a little bit of chance to like make up and kind of catch up with all the people that I knew from back in the day, and it's been a blast. Like, it's weird how your friendships and things like that rekindle themselves. Like, people fall off because I lived like 2 hours away from where I am right now, so in order to hang out, you know, you had this big drive that people had to do just to like get over here. I'm gonna open this up and probably get bit in my face. Yeah, this is a terrible idea. Oh, they got me, but it didn't do any damage. I wonder if I bugged that out right there. Interesting. It looks like if you're doing a climbing animation, you don't actually take damage from any of these little guys. Or, we need new weapons. I need to find myself like a shop or something I can buy stuff at. Let's jump over him real fast. We'll go out to Dawood's place and see if we find anything good out there. My guess is that they're probably going to give us some kind of like lovely legendary or something to make up for the fact that, ow, I just broke my ankles. Let's go up and over this fence right here. Just when you thought you would survive the zombie apocalypse.
Team 4. It was 2 days before they sealed the city, and our job was to go door to door and find out who was still all right. So we'd knock on doors. Sometimes you hear a voice that sounded like a person, so you'd go in. Only it turned out it was a viral. All angry and crazy, just enough voice left to fool you. Sometimes you weren't alone. The suits are pretty tough. They're PVC with reinforced double-layered polyfiber core. We thought we were safe. It turned out the biters could chew right through it. Sometimes I see some of my old squad shambling around. It gets me down to see them like that. You know the funny thing? They're all biters now, but they can't bite. Because they don't have the brains to take off their masks. I'll tell you, this whole thing is pretty damn strange.
I'd say that's an understatement. A world where dead folks is walking the earth and like biting people and acting all crazy, infecting people. It's a little bit more than strange. Then again, maybe he's seen a lot more crazy stuff than I have. It's always the possibility. Never discount the never discount the experiences of other people. You never know. You never know who's seen more than you have. Let's go ahead and murder off these Zeds over here. It looks like Dawood's pawn shop is this guy right here. So, oh shit, what was that? Oh my god, zombies just fell through the roof. Alright. Other people had pointed out, so I don't know if I had talked about this, but other people had pointed out that I'm doing the strong attacks too much. It's not my choice. Like, you barely click at all, and sometimes strong attacks go off. I don't really know how to describe it, other than the fact that the attacks are kind of loose. Like, every now and again... Ooh, that was a good one right there. That was a good one. Yeah, don't let her get up. Don't let her get up. I'm going to use my stun baton here. You would think that stun weapons, since the way they've described the physiology of the zombies as being basically human, like the electrical signals and everything are still the same coming from the neurological system, you would assume that like electrical weapons would easily eliminate them, I guess. Let's try and fix this thing before it runs out when, we didn't get the freebie. So we took a Talon a little while ago. Is that a 1911? What did I get out of here? Oh yeah, it looks like a little Beretta or 19. I tried to press, I don't know why I did that. I pressed right click because I wanted to go into iron sight mode and old habits die hard, I guess. So this is probably Dawood's place right here. Let's see if we can find a way indoors to see if we can get our loot. This is pretty much the last holdout quest that we still had available. Looks like there's a hole in the ceiling. We may not even have to do anything too complicated to get in here. This might be easy peasy, maybe. Well, it won't let me climb through there. I was just testing if it would let me. I've been playing around with the systems and seeing what it will and won't allow the whole time. So over here on this side, it doesn't look like... What is this thing right here? Like a bunch of the houses have these on top. It's a water box is what it says, or a water ox, or it says a water box, I think is what it's supposed to be. I've never seen these before, so if you're from a place where they have these, it's just a big thing of water on top of somebody's house. I don't know if that's where, like, you hire somebody to come refill that like once a week, or how that works, whether it's like a Dasani whatever type subscription thing. Like, because they kind of have those here in the United States where you pay a subscription and they come deliver it to you. Like, they deliver you water every other day or so. How the hell do we get in this place? I'm not seeing anything that looks like an access point. I might have to go up and over the top. Maybe. There we go. This door's looking a little flimsy. Maybe. No, that door ain't doing it either. Alright, well, let's see if we can figure this out here. Doesn't look like there's anything going on right here. It's good to know that those awnings break and fall, though. That's a very concerning thing if you do parkour. So that door doesn't work right there. I figured I'd give it a try. Give it the old college try anyways. Kick this Zed real fast and get her out of here. There we go. Bust her head on open. That door doesn't work either. That guy over there is just writhing and hanging out. Apparently it's very, very uncomfortable to be a zombie. Ow, shit. Down them stairs. You nobody got nothing to say to you? It looks like, I don't know. Dawood's place is not looking so open for business right now. God, there's so many of them everywhere. They keep accumulating too, like, oh, my foot went straight through them. That sucks, man. I hate it when that happens. Every now and again, the drop kick just doesn't seem to work. Like your foot just goes straight. Ooh, that guy got air right there. Yeah, they should turn this into a sport. Zed punting. Wow, there are a lot of these guys around. It's honestly one of the most effective attacks you have, so you might as well just spam it out nonstop. It's super effective. Kick that one to death. I'm trying to clear this front little area so I can actually investigate without being bugged. So, pawn shop. Oh, you raised the shutter. Okay. I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do. See, the game has all these weird interactive spaces that I'm just not used to. You know these zombies. Yep, they're about to come visit like pawn shop. I love the pawn shop. When I was a kid, I remember pawn shops were where people went to get guns, but then they made it illegal. California, you can't sell guns at pawn shops anymore because there's like too many hot guns being sold and stuff like that. That's where the phrase hotter than a $2 pistol comes from. I don't know if people have heard that American saying, but yeah, people be like, man, it's hotter than a $2 pistol outside. And you're just saying that it's a joke and also wordplay all in one thing about how the gun is stolen and, you know, it's hot outside. You get it. You get it. But anyways, yeah, that's what I remember. When you go to the pawn shop, most of them sold a lot of guns. Nowadays, you go to a pawn shop and it's just random junk. I don't know, like sound systems and like bikes and stuff that people stole. I mean, all the stuff in every pawn shop is still stolen. At least all the like everywhere I go, you can just look at this stuff and it's always like small things that somebody could easily grab out of the back of somebody's car. It's never anything big at a pawn shop. It's always small stuff like Game Boys and things. What is this? A note. Okay, we shall take note of it. Oh, it's the key to the back room. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, oh, he's got a moth problem. That's no good, especially if he's selling off them clothes. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves some cash up out of the register. Help ourselves. Obviously, Dawood promised. It's his own fault. I don't see any. Is that wine worth anything? Oh, there's another note right there. Wow, those are side by side, just like hanging out. My weapon is dripping, and that makes me feel like I should stop like holding it so tightly, or I don't know, rubbing it or getting it excited or whatever. I don't know. Either way, my blade is dripping all over the floor, not with blood, and it makes me feel a little bit weird. Where did the stuff go that was sitting right there? Hey, what's that? That must be the whatever McCall action figure. Alright. Cricket bat. By and large, this doesn't appear to be worth it. All that for a couple of saw blades. Ooh, I was hoping there would at least be something valuable in here. Unfortunately, it seems like we did that entire quest for like a med kit. I was hoping we'd get some kind of purple or something out of here, but everything's kind of just like wrecked up. Not worth taking. I don't know. Let me look a little bit more through all the shelves and we'll see if maybe we can come up with something that makes this worth it. But as of right now, it's looking like this quest was a bust for me. We'll bring that action figure back, the McCall action figure. I think it's a reference to the fact that they did Cala Juarez Gunslinger, whatever the name of that game was. It was actually a pretty good first-person shooter. If you haven't tried it out, I would definitely recommend it. Cala Juarez, I don't even remember, but it was basically like a tongue-in-cheek take. It was a pretty good game, especially if you were into like cowboy stuff when you were a kid, which who wasn't? Like I was really, really into cowboys and stuff when I was a kid. I like the bad guys though. I always preferred the bandits and the outlaws. I always thought that they were cooler because they like live by their own rules. Whereas like Wyatt Earp and all the guys that he hung out with were always like shooting people in like alleys and stuff. I don't know. I always felt like the good guys were mixed up with the bad guys in the old Wild West. You couldn't tell the difference between either or. There we go. Knock her off the ledge and then loot her lunch. There it is. Get inside my inventory. So about halfway through the episode right now, we need to come up with some new thing for us to do. I suppose we could like all-encompass Dawood into this thing. But yeah, I've been thinking about breaking off the series until the game comes out in its final edition. I don't want to burn it out before it gets there, and I do have a history of doing that sort of thing. I'll give you the quintessential evidence, for me anyways. Ooh, got a little bit of lag right there. Alright. Well, anyways, I'll give you the evidence that's Ow! People giving me nasty little dead arms while I'm trying to climb up some ledges. Come on now.
Jade speaking. It's gonna get dark soon. If you think you're not gonna make it back,
Ow.
find the closest safe house. And don't dawdle.
We're getting worked right now. We're getting worked hard. Yeah, in the evenings, it seems like the game gets really, really bad lag. I'm thinking it has to do with all the shaders that are being thrown around, but by and large, I need to figure out where the hell the base is right now so we can give this thing to Dawood, which means getting on top of something. I think I know where we are. It's just like I'm not super, super, super confident about it. Yeah, I know where we are. We just gotta like work our way over to here. Oh, he didn't slide. You were supposed to slide, man. I gave you the slide order. Alright, we'll go over the side since apparently that's what makes you happy. Alright, so for Dawood, he's in there. There we go. That's all that I needed. I had to find a place where we had been already. It's not like too bad a lag, but I'm on a really, really high-end system right now, and every single evening I get knocked down from 60 straight down to 45 frames, and I think that's the sort of thing that people will want to see addressed. I don't know. My computer's maybe like 2 weeks old right now. It's got like a GTX 980 and all kinds of other stuff in it. It's a cool computer, but it was a business expense for me because this is what I do for a living. Is I'm on YouTube playing games. As ridiculous as that sounds, believe me, you can raise an eyebrow at me. My family does it at me all the time. It's okay. Like, they're proud of me. They're just like, so you play video games for a living? I'm like, yeah. It's hard to explain. Like, ask any other YouTuber, and I bet they'll tell you their family probably does like the same thing. It's like hard to explain to people. It's very difficult to explain to people now I just tell people that I review video games and I just leave it at that because they seem to understand it when I say that. So apparently gaming journalism, you are super legitimate in the eyes of the older generation. So that's basically what I've started telling people, even though it's kind of like a half-truth or whatever. I need to like buy and sell some things here too because we are totally full up. Let's come talk to the British guy over.
Got a special deal for you.
Never mind the Australian guy. I don't know why, but I thought he was British for a while. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought he was British, but then I guess I haven't played the game in like a week and a half, so he's Australian. Let's go back over here. I can tell the difference. I just hadn't played the game in a while, so for whatever reason, my brain triggered and was like, he's British. And then when he talked, I was like, oh, nope, he's Australian. My brain is apparently not working so well. So these two things right here, how busted up are these? So that's basically done. It has no repairs left. I wish that you could go back and get the repairs refilled at stores, but I guess we'll just have to get rid of it. We don't really have a choice right now. The flammable liquid is not that useful, and so I don't think I'm going to bring it with me from now on. Let me go ahead and sell off some pouches, sell some coffee. $500 for 5 packs of coffee. It's amazing how commodities and like vices that people have go up like by exponential amounts when they're in times of hardship, like cigarettes in times of war, or even like cigarettes in prison. Cigarettes worth a fortune in prison. We've got a hewing axe, a hook blade, a boning knife. I actually kind of want to have a two-handed weapon because didn't we buy like a two-handed thing that we can do now? I don't know. I'm going to buy the axe because that sounds super awesome, and it means that from now on I can be like, and my axe, and like drool all over myself. There we go. We only need a couple weapons. We just need to refill a little bit. We're really kind of out in the cold when it comes to our weaponry right now. Now then, we go back and talk to Dawood, who is the Dawoodest conversationalist that I have ever met. Alright, let's go up to the top. That's enough of that. No more. No more. I can't keep going down that rabbit hole, otherwise it's going to get very ugly very quickly.
To deal with the devil himself. Rise.
Alright, so back up to the top. I think this guy lets you trade too. I wish that we could afford a sledgehammer because it's like, I want to use the two-handed ability, and you'll forgive me, I felt a sneeze coming on, so I'm blocking one of my nostrils right now. There we go. Oh my god, it is the worst thing ever. So if you ever do YouTube, sneezing is an endless source of misery for me, because when I sneeze, I rarely mark. So for example, I have one screen right now that has the game playing on it. I have another screen to the left that's got my recording software for my voice going on, and it's keeping track of the time and all of those other little things that I need to know while I play. I'm going to get rid of these toxic lichens, dude. That seems like a great way to earn some money, especially since we haven't really used them that much. Got a bunch of... You got anything else that you want, or you only want toxic lichens? It's weird that you're buying so many poisonous plants, man. If anybody dies of poisoning, you know who I'm going to look at first. Somebody dies of ricin poisoning up in here and gets their Breaking Bad on. Anyways, sneezing is the bane of my existence, because I will sneeze during an episode, and then I've got to go find it. And finding it in the audio track is like a 30-minute, like, just sit down and listen. Oh man, Dawood's about to be up in here, turn into a zombie, isn't he?
What happened? Where's Dawood?
He has gone, and he has taken my boy.
He's gone? What do you mean he's gone?
Okay, can you tell me what happened?
He has wanted to leave for weeks, but I thought it was too dangerous. We have been fighting about it. Then he took a gun and took all of our money and kidnapped Sammy. He took my son.
Do you know where he's going?
He said he found a way out, but I don't know what it means. He would not tell me. Ya Allah. How could he do this? How did he get a gun?
I'm sorry, Salma. I got it for him. He said he would use it to get both of you out.
La la la. La la la, Dawood does not want me. He has not wanted me for a long time. Now he has what he wants.
I'll get your son back, Salma. I don't know how, but I will.
Okay, so apparently I misread Dawood. I should have known from the slick back hair.
Answer me, you son of a bitch! Answer me!
No need to shout, Crane. No need to follow me either.
It's pointless. Please, tell Salma I'm sorry. I had no choice. Sammy's gonna be safe, I swear.
Wait, don't... Dawood! Dawood! Where are you? Shit.
Well, it's not looking like we have a whole lot of options right now. What? You guys got... No, you guys got one of those racetracks? I told a story back in the day about my friend who was like super rich when I was a kid, and so we always went over to his house. He had one of these, like one of these big-ass racetracks right here with like the remote controls and stuff. But like he never wanted to set it up because he said it was too much work. And I'd be like, wow. I mean, I just wanted to like...
Gretel shoved the wicked witch into the oven and burned her up. She and her brother Hansel were now free to go home to their daddy, who was worried sick about them. Despite being only small children, Hansel and Gretel managed to outwit the witch. You see, this fairy tale is true. Even children can outwit an evil witch, if they're smart.
That kid right there, that kid is me in high school and in junior high and also in elementary school. I remember one time we were at show and tell, though. There's this other little kid. We were at show and tell, and he was showing off his Game Boy. That's what he brought for show and tell, as I recall. And like, instead of like doing the show and tell, he started talking about the game, but then he just started talking about the game while he was playing it. He basically like conned the teacher into giving him like a 10-minute video game break in the middle of school. It was great. He's playing Mario and the 6 Golden Coins, as I recall, which is still a very, very good Game Boy game. That's honestly still one of my favorite Mario games ever made. I had it when I was a kid on my Game Boy back before it got stolen. Somebody kicked the window out of my car and stole my Game Boy and all of my games. I had like a Game Boy and probably 50 or 60 games. Like I collect games. Like many other gamers, I collect games. It's just something I enjoy doing. And so that was a big disappointment for me when my stuff got stolen. I was actually really, really irritated about it. I've been robbed and stolen from a lot of times. Like it's just kind of like part of where I live, like your house. I don't know. Like our garage got broken into like 3 or 4 times. People snapped the toolboxes off the back of my dad's truck and stole them, because my dad runs a construction business now, and that's back when he was first starting it off. And I remember my dad being frustrated because it was like he was trying to make our lives better and like get us out of that environment, but other people just kept like stealing from us nonstop, and like it was difficult to get any capital going because like people would break into your garage and like steal your expensive tools. I remember one time though, he caught a guy. The guy actually got arrested. A guy stole a tile saw out of the back of his car. My dad had a tile saw. No, they stole it out of the garage. Never mind. It wasn't. I was going to say if it wasn't. Oh, it's nighttime, isn't it? Okay, so I just realized that it's really, really dark out, and that's usually a really, really bad thing for me. So let's go ahead and get low. We get double everything while it's nighttime, but we got to watch out for night crawlers from now on. Anyways, just kind of like an insight. He had it all like boxed up in the garage or whatever, and somebody kicked in our garage door, and somehow we didn't hear it. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I don't know, somehow they forced the door off the hinges without making enough noise to wake people up inside the house. And it was like a $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 tile saw. And I remember that one my dad was mad about, and so he actually had a friend that ran, I mean, he had a couple of friends that ran like secondhand tool stores and stuff like that, and he was like, hey, if you see this tile saw come through, it'll have like a gash on this side right here from when I dropped it this one time. And sure enough, it showed up. The guy took down the other guy's name as like part of the process. Oop, there's a night crawler right there. Right down underneath this. Okay, we don't want to go that way then. We do want to get our climb on though. This is like the prime time for leveling up. Oh, I'm so surprised that we made that. That was a stretch. I wasn't sure that it was going to work that way. Alright, so we're pretty much, I mean, we're not surrounded. Oh, that's going to hurt. Yep, here they come. We need to get out of here. I'm going to try and shoot this gap right here. If we can make it in between these 2 patrols, we should be alright. I enjoy playing at night in this game. In fact, I like how if you like the game on hard mode, you can play at night. But if you like the game just to be a little bit easier, you can only play during the day. I dig the fact that they've given players the opportunity to do that. He wants underwater algae. Alright, here, take the algae. Alright, anyways. But yeah, man. It's tough when you live like in like a rough little neighborhood, you know? And my dad was trying real hard to like get us out of that environment. That was like the thing he wanted to do, was get us out of that environment. And people keep breaking into your house and stealing your stuff. I didn't live in that environment when I got broke into, but I don't... Oh no, there's a guy right there. I don't want to talk to you because you're mean and cruel and you like to bite me. I figured I'd go with the high note right there. Alright, so I slide back under here. Let's check some of these emergency vehicles real quick, because I don't think he can come through the walls anyways. I think we're safe on this side. So since this emergency vehicle is no longer an issue, we should be able to keep track of these dudes. Got it. There it is. Usually I don't get those very hard on the first try. I'm pretty happy about this. We've got a composite baseball bat. Hell yeah, I don't think we've actually had a metal baseball bat yet. One of the aluminum ones anyways. I'm not really sure what would work better in this situation. I talked about that briefly when I was playing Dead State, and I had said that they had made the decision that the damage multiplier is way higher for the wood bat in Dead State, but for the aluminum bat, the crit chance is way higher and the knockback chance is way higher. And I was like, how did they make that decision? Did they do it because, like, aluminum bats have more pop, I guess? I don't know. Oh, I thought I had that one. I was so close. But at this point, like, when you're doing these very hard locks, it's always like 1 pixel worth of space that it's very, very difficult to beat in on. What do we got in here? A epic composite baseball bat. Sure, I'll take both. I think I could probably modify one of these into a Zajigalka if I have to. Let's take the composite baseball bat, possibly. It looks like it's worth a lot of money. And we can add Zajigalka to it. We can give it industrial grade leech. Oh, never mind. These aren't the ones that are available for this, just that. Actually, we can do a couple of Zajigalkas if we wanted to. Medium fire to the attacks. I think it makes it wear down quicker, though, doesn't it? I don't know. We'll only modify one of them for right now, and we'll leave the other one. Let me put that in for the other composite bat. There we go, and we'll swap that one in if we have to. But for right now, we've got a pretty good set of weapons. I thought we had more weapon slots over here for some reason, but I don't know. I'm going to end the episode right here because we are out of time. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Dying Light. Did I say Dead State at the beginning of this episode? I may have. I keep doing that, and I'm not sure why. It's very, very unprofessional of me, and it makes me sad. Makes me upset with myself. Oh, it's a two-handed axe? Even better. So we're definitely getting our Viking gear on. I'll see you all in the next episode. Hi-do, everybody.